Destination Radio.
Welcome back, Southern California, to Settling the Score with Hobart Frunk, where we celebrate the music of cinema from Reznor to Raja. This week we have a special treat. Usually we don't do franchises, but Little Birdie tells us that there's a new Jack Steller, which I'm told I am so excited for. Also excited to announce our new primary sponsor, Warner Brothers Entertainment, celebrating 60 years of Jack Steller. Now, my loyal listeners may feel like it's cheap of me to focus on a franchise whose main artistic achievement is nitroglycerin breast implants, but as my husband says, take the money, Hobart. So all week long, we'll be counting down the best music of the series, from the iconic themes to the scores that symphony orchestras play at fundraisers. Starting off at number 22, we have one of my personal favorites. Thank you, Shoshana. Blood in the Water by Scorched, spelled with a zero. The theme from 2009's Stellar. Let's dive into the history of what I'm sure is recognizably a song. Jesse Worth, a one-time child star, was fingered for the role. I believe they mean tap for the role. Blood in the Water, the film's theme song, hit number 96 on the Billboard Top 100 and made headlines when lead vocalist Johnny Nailgun suffered third-degree burns on 80% of his body during the filming of the music video. To avoid a costly lawsuit, Warner Brothers offered Johnny the role of the villain in 2012's installment, Double Cross, Scars of War, during the filming of which he received third-degree burns to the other 20% of his body in a now infamous love scene. That is... What? Shoshana, get me a clip of that, please? And while you, our listeners, burn some time listening to this, come on in. The water is tepid and derivative, but at least there's blood in it.
Sit down, shut up, and listen. There's a lady present. Hi, saying spy. Hey, that's surprise, you fucking peasant. New and improved from the street to the front line. Stick your steel-toed reboot where the sun don't shine. Keep your pearls unclutched. I'm a grain of sand. I'll irritate your membranes and make you spit me out again. I expectorate the world as my oyster, as long as I got a piece and the ability to hoist her. Dive to the bottom, go ahead and pry me open. I'll leave you in a splash zone of your own hemoglobin. You call it murder, I call it Monday. You call it murder, I call it Monday. You call it murder, I call it Monday. Throw in a cheesesteak and a foot rub, that's a fun day.
Blood in the water, lying in the sand. On the shores of time, there's a warrior standing. Eagles above him, chaos below. Weapon is raised for a killing blow.
Some look at my line of work and say, how could you do that? I turn it around and say, I learned by watching you, Dad. Am I not making you proud? Well, you're a face in the crowd, and now I'm allowed to do this you can only dream about. I let them think that they could get a step ahead of me. They took a bitch from the fight, gave me a pedigree. Best in show, working class, say la guerre, say la vie. Now put me in a pencil skirt and point me at the enemy.
Blood in the water, lying in the sand. On the shores of time, there's a warrior standing. Eagles above him, chaos below. Weapon is raised for a killing blow.
Blood in the water and the shark's gonna circle. There's no doubt in my mind I did that. So save it, Urkel, evade me and I'll eviscerate you, elude me and I'll eliminate you, defy me, then I'll defenestrate. I was fated to hate, I'm a leveling creature, a mercenary, prefers to carry a torch for the warhawks anyway. At least I managed the beast, I talked to a priest and I go on a holiday. Interpol and MI6, you're straight at the top of my list. Tickety boo, you live. The British chicks wanna hit this. St. Peter let me crash the gates in a Lincoln Continental with diplomatic plates. You call it murder, I call it Monday. You call it murder, I call it Monday. You call it murder, I call it Monday.
Hello again, California. It's Hobart Frunk with Settling the Score, where we celebrate the music of cinema from Herman to Elfman. We're spending this week diving into the Jack Steller theme songs and counting them down. And next week, we'll be scooping up my integrity and trying to piece it back together again as we look at the music of the French classic, Les Parapluies du Cherbourg. But first, I want to thank this week's sponsor, Warner Brothers Studio, presenting the live-action adaptation of the safety information card from the backseat of airplanes, Exit Row. This summer, please keep your seats. I'm sure I will. After watching 3 Jack Steller films last night, I decided to dig a little deeper into their history for today's showcase. Number 17 on our countdown is from 1981's Double Cross, Behind the Trigger. This one, set in a bitter winter in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, co-starred Natalie Drum as fur heiress Sherry Jubilee. It contains such incredible lines as, "Does the carpet match the drapes? I love a girl who keeps it natural," and 16 other references to pubic hair. This film, like all classic Jack Steller films, is in the Criterion Collection. When her pelt was not on display, Natalie Drum also co-wrote and sang the saccharine and bewildering theme song, My Heart Wants What It Wants. The country ballad was rumored to be about the film's director, Giuseppe Di Peppo. That's right. After directing the Best Picture Western 10 Broken Horses, Giuseppe Di Peppo used his new clout on an action blockbuster and a love affair with his lead actress. Unfortunately, the entire sum that Premier Productions paid Di Peppo was immediately surrendered to his third wife, Claudia, after a contentious divorce. During these proceedings, this track was submitted in a Venetian courthouse as evidence. Di Peppo and Drum married and divorced the following year, and again in 1987, 92, and finally in 2006 during a live taping of Celebrity Survivor. My heart wants what it wants.
Wake up, there's a note upon my mirror. Girl, it's just your heart I'm checking in. Does he know how much I need him? Does he ever call you up? Is he ready for us both to try again? How can I explain to my own heart? You and I were better off alone. It's a silly little muscle with a steady little beat and a stubborn little mind of her own. So when you ask me why I came, I've got a water response. It doesn't matter, you're an ocean away. My heart wants what it wants. Get to work, a message from my heart again. Do you think you really tried your best? Have you telephoned his mother? Have you mailed him locks of hair? Or stood outside his home in a wedding dress? How can I explain to my own heart? You and I went down this road before, but this silly little muscle is pumping blood into my legs, marching me right up to your door. So when you call me some old flame, I've got a water response. It doesn't matter that you're married with kids. My heart wants what it wants.
Salutations, SoCal. It's Hobart Frunk. Welcome back to Settling the Score, where we celebrate the music of cinema, from Ernest Gold to Philip Glass. We've reached the halfway point of our stellar tasting flight, and 2 more days until we get to rinse, swish, and spit. At this point, John Williams would be a palate cleanser, but I'll settle for a Johnny Walker. Where is that? Oh, thank you. A reminder that this week's programming is brought to you by Warner Brothers, producers of the new film Pog. This summer, slam or be slammed. Sure. Okay, we're up to number 11, smack dab in the middle, and this polarizing little firecracker comes to us straight out of 1999's Double Cross, Urban Chaos. It introduced streetwise DEA agent DeRoyce Payne, played by Martin Lawrence. And hoo boy! Spike Lee called it, and I quote, a minstrel show with explosions. Maybe it was the Hennessy sponsorship. Maybe it was the final shootout inside an East Compton Popeyes. Maybe it was the Al Sharpton cameo where he called Jack Steller the realest N-word in Harlem. For some reason, it did not resonate with black audiences the way the studio intended. It hasn't even aired since Ava DuVernay bought the original masters and burned them. But from the ashes, we have the movie's saving grace. One-time it girl Elsie Blues, a seminal hit song from the opening credits. Oh, and last bit of trivia before I send you off, songwriter and Grandpa Poobah Sparky Cederstrom wrote the hook in Capri while recovering from full-body chlamydia. Relevant? I'll leave that to you. It's Packing Heat by Elsie Blue.
The first thing I noticed about him was his arms. His firearms.
The time for questions is never when you're playing for keeps. You even manage to be clever when you talk in your sleep. Let's get to know each other better, baby. Talking is cheap, and I know that you know that I like my love. I trust you to keep me safe from harm. If all else fails, I'll die happy in your arms. Lead the force is what you're showing me. Lead the how it's gonna be.
Do you need a license to carry that thing? Do you need a license to carry that thing? He's packing heat. He's packing heat. He's taking the safety off and he's coming.
The time for questions is never when you know how it's done. You make everybody stiff with your palladium gone. It's a nasty endeavor, you make it look fun, and I know that you know that I like my love. I trust you to keep me safe from harm. If all else fails, I'll die happy in your arms. Lead the force is what you're showing me. Lead the force is how it's gonna be.
Do you need a license to carry that thing? Do you need a license to carry that thing? He's packing heat. He's packing heat. He's taking the safety off and he's coming.
I was alone in hell until you came and put a hit on me. I was an empty shell until you came and loaded me.
Carry that thing. Do you need a license to carry that thing? He's packing heat. He's packing heat. He's taking the safety off and he's coming. Do you need a license to carry that thing?
Don't care if it's risky.
Do you need a license to carry that thing?
Let's just stop and throw.
He's packing heat. He's packing heat.
Give me some.
He's taking the safety off and he's coming. This message will not self-destruct.
Sup, Callie? It's Hobart Frunk. Welcome back to Settling the Score, where we celebrate the music of cinema, from Mencken to Morricone. We continue our descent of Mount Franchise, counting down the Jack Steller themes in anticipation of an historic casting announcement. I'm personally hoping it's Jacob Elordi. This week, of course, is brought to you by our very generous sponsors at Warner Brothers. This fall, WB partners with Meta to bring you the new augmented reality experience, Nana, featuring your own actual grandmother brought back to life by artificial intelligence. Thrill as she knits, asks you about your love life, and sings songs from the old country that you only vaguely remember in dreams. Nana. Number 4 in the rankings is a murky little trip-hop puzzle box called Take Cover by Bazooka. A lot of double letters in that name. Bazooka. It lights the fuse on what many consider to be Chuck Flynn's opus, 1992's Days of Rain. I met Chuck Flynn once. Plagued by scandal, the enfants terribles of the post-punk scene broke up in 1994 after bassist Slick Fizz left the group to finish writing his definitive biography of Edith Wilson. The song's renaissance came when VTuber Mr. Krabs introduced it to Gen Alpha, pairing the track with the Civ 6 achievement Gandhi's Got Nukes. And thank you to my interns for explaining that sentence to me. Renewed interest in Bazooka sparked a 2020 reunion tour, which was cut short when the percussionist's head fell off during a drum solo in Berlin. That's punk for you. This song is close to perfect, but as my Nana always said, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Watch out. Your number 4 is Take Cover.
See the sun, heads are gonna roll before I'm done. Days of rain till I see the sun. Heads are gonna roll before I'm done. Days of rain till I see the sun. Heads are gonna roll before I'm done. Days of rain till I see the sun. Heads are gonna roll before I'm done. Days of rain till I see the sun. Heads are gonna roll before I'm done. Days of rain till I see the sun. Heads are gonna roll before I'm done. Days of rain till I see the sun. Heads are gonna roll before I'm done. Days of rain till I see the sun. Heads are gonna roll before I'm done. Days of rain till I see the sun.
What's good, Hollywood? Your main man, Bart the Frunkmaster, here once again on Settling the Score, where we celebrate the music of cinema, from Thomas Newman to Randy Newman. Big family. Big shout out to our season sponsor, Warner Brothers, presenting for your consideration this award season, Angelina Jolie, for her tour de force performance in the title role of last year's hit movie musical about that Maxwell girl, Ghislaine. So here we are, friends and neighbors, number one. And it's no surprise, 1964's Double Cross, Operation Iron Curtain, remains the best American spy film, and its theme is the stellar song. I'm speaking, of course, of Man of the Hour by Esme Duchamp. Talk about a legend. Esme was a notoriously demanding act whose eccentricities bordered on abusive. During her Las Vegas residency, no encores in my contract, the star hospitalized 19 assistants and ruined over $40,000 worth of carpeting with her trained zebra, Libra. And that's 1964 money. Speaking of a tough act to follow, remember that tonight is the Jack Steller 60th anniversary special, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live only on Max. Tonight, we meet America's spy. Tonight, we meet the man of the hour.
The man of the hour.